No cries to Faze now. Okay, guys. I want to talk about, mostly Faze, but I do also kind of want to talk about the future of Liquid because they're like somewhat involved with Faze because they traded Twist and Elige. But like mostly obviously, Rain has been benched. Truly, truly, to the bottom of my heart, I cannot believe it was Rain instead of Kerrigan. That is absolutely unbelievable to me. Especially when you consider Kerrigan is 35 and doing this. How are you supposed to win like this? I don't like... Hard to root for FaZe now with no Rain. To be honest with you, I didn't root for FaZe before, so it doesn't change me at all. But like now there was almost no redeeming qualities of FaZe. Like you look at this FaZe team, realistically, like Kerrigan and Brokey are legends, but who gives a shit? I'm sorry to say, like, Frozen is good. Twist, sure, he won a major with FaZe. He's good. Jacob is new, but, like, no Rain. This doesn't even feel like FaZe, bro. What is this team? You know, even as a FaZe hater, this brings a tear to my eye, man. Especially when you consider the fact that he still is hungry to play. And he even opened the door to an IGL switch. I mean, bro. Hold on. There, that should be good. After 10 unforgettable years, the time has come for me to say goodbye to FaZe Clan. And although FaZe has decided to go another direction, I am beyond proud of what we have achieved the past decade. He's such a handsome man. I mean, he's such a handsome, gorgeous, beautiful man, truly. To my teammates, past and present, I just want to say thank you for the countless memories, amazing matches, and trophies we have lifted. Playing alongside some of the most talented individuals in the game has been an honor. To the organization and everyone who has believed in me, I'm deeply grateful for the opportunity to represent FaZe. And to all the fans that have supported me and the team, thank you for always being the loudest to cheer. My journey in CS2 is far from over. This is the part that has me absolutely geeked. I'm not retiring. I will keep competing and growing as a player. I'm open to offers for any role, and while stepping into the IGL role would be a new challenge for me, it's one I'm eager to embrace. No matter the position, I will bring the same dedication, passion, and drive that has fueled me for all these years. I'm ready for the next challenge. Thank you, FaZe Clan, for the memories of a lifetime. It has been an honor. I cannot believe that he was benched on the team, and it's not because he was retiring. I thought for sure this dude would retire on FaZe. And I thought it would make sense to bench him if he wanted to spend more time with his family and call her a day, right? So why the fuck is Protein Shake getting benched? If he still is hungry to play. And even willing to IGL. Now listen, I don't want to say that I know better than a professional Counter-Strike team. But why not just have Twist replace Kerrigan? Move Kerrigan to coach instead of Neo. Neo's a legend. Get Neo out, okay? Move Kerrigan to coach. And put Rain in his IGL. Obviously, Rain, firepower-wise, is going to go down in form. He hasn't been playing his best ever CS. But with updated rating, 3.0, he has a 109 over the past 3 months. I just don't know why when you see teams like Mouse, right? Brolin successfully switching to the IGL role. You have Hunter on G2. Now, G2 does have Saw, right? I feel like Saw could turn anyone into a decent IGL. But maybe Kerrigan could also be a somewhat decent coach. We don't know. This is all, like, theoretical, right? Because Kerrigan is a proven IGL, sure. Rain, he could be a doggy IGL. I think positionally wise, he'd be able to transition into the IGL spots fine and still be able to play decently well. I don't know if he'd be able to call well, but I think he's shown throughout his career his unbelievable flexibility. So I think positionally wise, if he had to lock it and do it, I think he could. Anything but Twist IGL, okay? As long as Twist was never going to become the IGL, I'm fine. Just let Buddy frag. But I think I would follow Rain into war. Zero doubt in my mind. I would follow Rain into war. So I feel like he'd be a good leader. Kind of maybe like... I just don't know if he'd have the brain power. But I don't know. I don't know, man. I just look at it like Kerrigan is 35. He's not killing anyone, bro. 3 firepower. Like, Kerrigan, you're a legend, bro. I just don't understand. Maybe I'm thinking too much about future years of Faze. Rain or Twist to IGL is kind of risky. See, I think you're right. The problem with me is I'm always, like, when given options of certain things, I'm always going to take things with higher upside. I think replacing Rain with Twist is probably a safer play because Kerrigan is a proven IGL even if he is fragging like dog shit. But if we're looking at, like, future years of Faze, how much longer is Kerrigan going to play, realistically? And along with that, maybe Twist. Like, Twist should be a firepower upgrade, theoretically. But what the fuck are these positions going to be, bro? I don't think Frozen is very flexible. I don't think Twist is very flexible. Jacob maybe can be flexible. But I don't think he's even that good playing currently in his current roles. So we're just going to throw Buddy into random roles and see how he does. Like, I don't know. I don't know, man. I think for future years, taking the risk on Rain and seeing how it goes, it could be a complete disaster, right? I just don't think Faze were a Twist over Rain move away from being decent. I don't think this does anything to Faze. And the roles just got even more fucked than they already were. I don't want to let the role cells win, but I'm going to be a role cell right now. This team's cooked. They, in no universe were they a twist away from being good. So I just don't like the move just seems overly safe to me. And like they're not going to actually do anything. Risk on Rain. Risk of Rain. I don't know. I don't know. Like maybe their plan is Kerrigan tries to mentor Twist into being a caller, but like I just don't like Twist personality in being a leader. I don't want Twist to ever call. Ever. So like even if their plan is for like a Zeus Boomich situation on Na'Vi where Twist comes in and he's going to learn under Kerrigan again, but this time he's actually going to like be an apprentice or whatever the fuck. I don't know, dude. So maybe they have long-term plans in their minds, but like I do not want to see Twist be an IGL ever. And like no way he's going to mentor Frozen. No way he's going to mentor Jacob. Like Twist is the only option. So I don't fuck with it, dude. Personally, if it was me, I would have gone with the riskier play because I'm just a baller like that. Put it all on black and go with the riskier, higher upside play. We've seen so far it's fairly worked out for Mouse. It's fairly worked out for G2. But obviously it doesn't work out for everyone. Like it didn't work out for Liquid. Liquid was kind of poo. I mean, they weren't even that bad. Liquid with Twist, IGL, even still made the playoffs of a major. And now with a real IGL and Suhei, they just look worse. So I think, like, even if you're a absolute shit-ass, god-awful IGL, the firepower in this game can be enough. I truly think it can be. Like, who else has tried switching a player to an IGL recently and it hasn't worked? We have, what, Mouse? Vitality did it a long time ago with Apex, and that took some time, but that absolutely worked. Who else? I guess 3D Max with Gravity. We still need to give that more time. But, like, I feel like the success rate is fairly high, right? It didn't work with Electronic, but Electronic is a shitter IGL. We should have known this wouldn't work. And now it's Perfecto. VP doesn't count, okay? But, like, that's pretty much it. Like, I guess Sin on M80, but, like... I feel like damn near every team up here who has done an IGL switch from just a player has been fairly successful. So, I don't know. The world would burn before Brokey IGLs. In no universe is Brokey IGL. So, I guess, regarding the future of FaZe, maybe Twist is like... maybe Kerrigan mentors Twist into being an IGL, but I hate that move. Otherwise, I think FaZe are banking all in. Like, they're going all in right now like they did at the last major, and I hate that move. Because they're just, in my mind, they're just simply not good enough to do anything. So I just don't know why you would do that. Like, I guess you have Jacob for the future and Frozen. Like, like, they're not an awful team. I just don't think they're good enough to actually be top 5. Which is what a team like FaZe wants to be. It's just kind of, I don't know, bro. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. But I guess we'll see. They're going to be at Pro League. Maybe they come out and they prove me wrong immediately. But, you know, who knows. Now, regarding Rain, what happens to Rain? He rules out retiring, opens the door to an IGL switch. Where is Buddy going to go? I'm excited to see where Rain goes. I will be cheering for wherever he goes. Genuinely, send his ass to BC Game. I'm so serious. We got to get this dude a real team. Like, it feels disrespectful. But I don't think it is disrespectful, bro. Like, BC Game... Do you guys see how much fucking money Simple is making on BC Game? He's making like 1.5 milli dillies a year. I think Rain is fine with that, bro. If I'm Rain... You know what I'm saying? I've got my wife. I've got my kids. I'm 31 years old at this point. I'm playing for Falcons or BC Game. Give me a monstrous salary. I'll play halfway decent for the next couple of years of my career. And I'll make a bag for my family. And my wife will never have to work again. I'll never have to work again. I mean, that's what I'm doing. You just sell out for the last few years. Like, honestly, I wouldn't give a shit. I truly wouldn't. But, like, there's so many teams that would be better with him. I'd rather have him over Jimmy, to be honest. It feels crazy to say, because Jimmy was unbelievable last year, but 2025 Gym Fat since Spinks joined has not been it. And I don't want to give up on him, because I just still think he's got that in him, but so far this year, like, he's not awful. But Mouse, at this current moment, just does not look good enough to win tournaments. Maybe he puts them over the edge. Other than that, I don't really see him going to G2 unless, like, the only person I possibly could see G2 replacing is Sun Pius. I think they're pretty committed to Malbs, and I don't think Heavy God or Matty is going anywhere. Like, Falcons, I guess I could see him going to Falcons. I don't think... I mean, you never know with Falcons. These fuckers just be doing anything. But, you know, I don't know. No, guys, I wasn't saying Rain replaces Sun Pius. I'm saying Rain's not going to go to G2 because I feel like the only person they would replace is Sun Pius. I mean, maybe Falcons. I don't think he goes to Falcons. I think he would go to BC Game before Falcons. But I also don't know if he'd want to play in BC Game. Like, Buddy's going to want to play in Tier 1. It's fucking Rain, okay? Like, maybe Kixon or Tessez, but Na'Vi? Who would he replace on Na'Vi? Ima? I don't think they replace Makaze. Maybe Alexi? I don't like Rain in a Na'Vi jersey. That just doesn't seem right in my head. The gears are turning, the smoke's coming out of my ears. I don't see him in the Na'Vi jersey. I just don't think that's real. But like, I think eventually Na'Vi might also look to replace Alexi. He hasn't been horrible fragging over the past couple of months, but I don't know what they do. I'd say out of all the top 10 teams, the one I could see him realistically going to the most is, I guess, Falcons or Mouse. But I don't know if Mouse opens up that checkbook again. So I just don't see him on Na'Vi, but I could be wrong. But outside of that, I don't think Liquid's gonna open the checkbook for him. I think Liquid's kind of locked in. Tai Lu Rain. I mean, Gamer Legion can do what they did with Rez, and I guess get Rain. But who does he replace? Tossin, but Tossin's been actually playing pretty good lately. Plus, Tossin is like their hard entry. Okay, I guess I just don't know what I'm talking about. I feel like I see him entry on sites all the time. So, like, I don't know. Maybe Tossin. Potentially, if they want to. He's not going to fucking Heroic. Don't even make me think twice about that. The only team he's going to, if it's not, I guess, Gamer Legion, Falcons, Mouse, is probably BC Game. Which, like, it does almost feel disrespectful, but I just don't think it is. So, in my mind, we have a couple options here, right? Rain BC Game. I don't think he goes to Fnatic. It's an almost valid shout. But, like, he's going to replace who? Crims? Crims has some of the worst blackmail in this org I've ever seen. They will never replace him. Okay, 0% chance. So, I guess BC Game, right? Gamer Legion, if they want to open the checkbook. Potentially Na'Vi. I'd say Na'Vi out of these teams is my lowest. And then Falcons, Mouse. If we're making a list of most likely to least likely here. Open new. All right. Teams. Oh, you can't see that fully. For Rain. I'll do this most likely to least likely in my mind. I genuinely... Oh. Do I really think BC Game is the most likely? I mean, where else does he go? I don't think he goes anywhere before the major, but maybe. And I don't know if he wants to IGL truly or no. All the options are just kind of ass. I mean, I kind of agree. Rain should just retire. There's really not a lot of great options for him. I'm gonna put number 1 BC Game just because I think they have the money and it's just the most obvious fucking upgrade in existence. The most obvious upgrade in existence. Because out of all these other teams, it's kind of like meh. I don't really know. After BC Game, I'm gonna do Falcons just because Falcons are fucking... They just won't give a shit, okay? Testes can play fine. Kixon can play fine. They won't give a fuck. They'll just add Rain because they're Falcons. That's why I have to put them at number 2. Number 3. It's between Mouse and Gamer Legion. I mean, I'm gonna put Na'Vi at 5. I just don't like to fit in Na'Vi. But, like, Na'Vi surely has to make a move after this major, though, right? If they don't do anything. Rain Falcon 6-man nuke specialist. I don't know. Maybe I'm too low on Na'Vi. I think him joining Mouse makes sense, but I don't think it'll ever happen. So I'm actually going to put Mouse in 5th. I think it's a fairly easy upgrade to Jimmy, but I don't think they do it. I think they keep Jimmy for a while. I feel like this is also a cheat code as well. Like, putting BC Game and Falcons as the top 2 most likely is just cheating. Because anyone can become a free agent. They're immediately the top 2 options. Rain to Game really doesn't really fix or doesn't really move the needle. I think it does slightly. I mean, I don't think Game Release is going to start winning tournaments. But I think it does slightly move the needle. And honestly, just because I only see BC Game more than anything else, like, every other option is kind of cheeks, to be real with you. Honestly, I'm kind of talking myself into him maybe going to Na'Vi. Because Na'Vi needs to do fucking something, man, surely. Unless they have an insane run at the major, they have to do something. Like, they just look fried. And I guess they are just simply an international team now. I'm gonna put Na'Vi in 3rd. I talked myself into it, and then I'll put Gamer Legion at 4, just because. I'll do this. Actually, no, I'll do this. I'll just do GL. I'm gonna put a gap between BC Game, Falcons, and Na'Vi. I think they're kind of here, and Gamer Legion and Mouse, I think, on paper makes sense, but I don't think the orgs have the nuts to do it. I don't think they have the nuts and the balls to do it. Astralis. You guys really think Astralis picks up a non-Dane? Like, this is just 0%, 0%, 0%, 0%. I give Mouse maybe like 5 to 10%. G2 is interesting. He has played on G2 before. Who is he going to replace? I think they're fairly committed to all of their players right now. They just won a tournament. I don't think G2's not just going to pick up Rain. Like, Falcons, sure. Aurora, 0%. Pain, 0%. 0%. I don't think Astralis picks up a non-Dane. But maybe you guys are right. If they hadn't literally just picked up Magisk, maybe I could see it, but I feel like there's no way they already bench him, but maybe I'm wrong. Liquid does like just picking up people's scraps, but I just don't see it right now. I feel like Liquid rolls with their roster with a leash for a little bit. Probably he gets picked up after the major. Literally, whoever underachieves at the major, it's probably going to decide who gets him. Like, I think there's a 0% chance he goes to Heroic. And everyone else, like, there's just no one else here. Rain replaces Sin as IGL. On M80. NA bias, I'll put M80 on the list. Wow, what an elite move. I'm gonna put a gap between Gamer Legion and Mouse and M80, because there's a 0% chance he actually goes there, but in a magical universe where I make all of the rules, that would be great. Okay? In the new esports, guys, have you guys seen the new esports game? The new esports game is like Madden or FIFA. That's what I would do if I was a manager in that game. Oh, geez, such a goofy ass roster. I mean, I think Rain would probably be an upgrade to a lot of players on this team, so maybe OG. I truly don't think Fnatic. OG does kind of have money as well. I'm just gonna put down some options, right? Add more of a gap for M80. You're right. I'll add 2 gaps for M80. Heroic. I just don't think Heroic does it, sadly. I don't think he'd want to go to Heroic. Who else is here? I just don't think anyone else. Like, I guess you never know, though. Kerrigan did go to Envy for a little bit. So Rain could go to a shit-ass NA org. I guess NRG isn't a shit-ass NA. Okay, they're not a shit-ass org. But like a lower-tier NA team. Rain to Lin Vision. Thank you for the follow. Rain to FlyQuest, maybe. Nah, I think this is it, guys. Wildcard, I don't think they got bags of money like that. Okay, I think this is the final list. This is the final list. Number 1 has to be BC Game. It just makes the most sense. They have the most money. Even if the buyout isn't that big. And then I will do Falcons and Na'Vi because at first I didn't like him on Na'Vi. But I think if Na'Vi does look shit at the major, I think they have to make a roster move. And Rain would make sense, in my opinion. It's more of just him in a Na'Vi jersey I hate. I hate the idea of that. So I talked myself out of it, but Na'Vi is rich. And I think they're willing to make a move like that. And I almost want to put Na'Vi ahead of Falcons. Because there's no way Falcons makes another roster move. But I guess I wouldn't put it past them. I'm going to ignore Passion UA. There's just no way, bro. Can I be honest? Like, no disrespect to Nick X. I love that guy. Look, he's a cutie patootie. I have not given a shit about this team since they got signed to Passion UA. Since they got dropped by Complexity, I just feel like I don't care anymore. Complexity is so legendary. And, like, the team's still cool. I just don't care, sadly. It's just not the same as Passion UA. Like, I just don't. I just don't. I'm sorry. I wish I could. But yeah, this is the final list. It is sad for Rain though, guys. He's been on the team for so fucking long, man. So long. I just don't know if I don't mind the whole Rain IGL deal, but I think the only situation where I would actually want him to transition into an IGL is if he was staying on Faze in Twist replace Kerrigan. I don't think I'd want him to take up an IGL role joining a new team. It just feels like a waste, you know? Like, why would you sign Rain for him to call? You're going to sign Rain for him to do whatever the fuck you need. He can fit into any position you need. I feel like IGLing just kind of handicaps his abilities, in my opinion. Nico IGL, no kicks in. I really wouldn't put it past Falcons, to be real with you. Like I said, man, if Falcons look stinky going into this next major, I could totally see them kicking Tesses or kicks in just because that's what they do. And then Nico IGL maybe. They've got to start winning tournaments sooner. They're going to start tweaking like they always fucking do, man. Rain Infuria would be cursed. Yeah. I mean, there's just no way. Minus Donk plus Rain. True, actually. After Spirit Bomb out of the major in last place, and then Donk joins Falcons to replace Kixin and Nico IGL, then Rain could join. But yeah, I mean, they gotta start winning events soon, or someone is gonna get axed. And then it could be perfect timing for Rain to join. On Falcons, I suppose. But yeah, I guess that's about it for Rain. And Rain and Faze. I kind of want to talk about Liquid as well, just for a little bit. Why can you actually see that happening on Falcons? Just because Falcons are crackheads like that, dude. They just have no patience with anything. Zero patience. Anyways, Liquid bombed out of the Birch Cup recently. I guess they didn't bomb out. They came in 3rd place, but you know, obviously you'd think they're probably favored to win that. Oh, brother. We're so cooked. NA should just give up. They just can't beat 9. Modo, Rawls, Kragan, Goat, Seajaunt, and Favin. Like, I know all of the names on this team. I just can't believe they won this tournament. Even, like, you'd even think, like, if Fnatic won, it would make more sense than 9. I mean, X, Inner Circle, and 9 both locked in, apparently. 9 are hackers. I just can't prove it yet. Yeah, Liquid is so goofy because you look at their other event, right? You look at Fissure when they have the dead team buff, and you can almost see the potential. You can almost see the potential. They beat Aurora, but like, that's just mostly good for VRS rankings. Anyone can beat Aurora in the playoffs. Let's be honest here. And like, this is kind of what they always do. I feel like they always get blown out in 2 maps, and then they blow out in 1 map. I don't know. Minus Twist plus Unleash doesn't really do anything for them. I don't really think so. They're just kind of mid, and like, they're cooked, really. They're just absolutely fried. Unbelievably fried. It's actually insane. Oh, let me check their stats real quick. Let me check their stats. Guys, Naf might be back. I mean, holy fucking moly. It's actually crazy how a team with this much firepower can be this bad. Real. I just don't believe it. It doesn't make any fucking sense to me. If Naf is actually back, maybe. Isn't it a bit harsh to judge him after 3 days of practice? Here's the deal, okay? I would totally agree with you if we didn't already have months of evidence that the current Liquid core is poop. If this was a brand new team, I would totally agree with you. And they probably will get slightly better. But, like, this 4-man team of Liquid has been poop for so long. And I just keep believing in them. Like, maybe they'll be good, maybe they'll be good, maybe they'll be good, and they just never are. So it's just, I don't know, man. I believe they can get better, but I don't think it's wrong to be slightly harsh on them. Slightly. But we'll see how they do with more practice. Overall, which future is worse, Faze or Liquid at the end of the day? Probably Liquid, but I genuinely don't know if that's true. I genuinely don't know whose future is worse. It might be Faze. Because at least on Liquid, right? Everyone on this team is, like, fairly young. Like, Nafs is probably the oldest player, and he's 27. How old is Elish? He's probably about 27 as well. 28. Okay, Elish is the oldest player on this team. Nerd's 26. Suhei, 23. Like, they're all pretty young. I guess it doesn't matter if they're dog shit, how old they are. So I guess, like, looking into the future, probably Liquid is better off. And I really just can't wrap my head around what Faze's plan is going into the future. It just seems like they don't have a plan. They're holding on for dear life because they have no replacement plan for Kerrigan. Hence why he probably didn't get replaced and why it was Rain instead. They are holding on for dear life until Kerrigan finally hangs it up. And then when he does, I don't know what the fuck they're going to do. Faze higher potential if Kerrigan transitions into coach. I think Faze can be really good, right? I think they can be. I just don't think they're going to be with this iteration of players. They're probably a couple roster moves away, and maybe if Kerrigan moves to coach, yes. But you never know how a player's going to be as a coach. You know? You never really know. So you would think because he's one of the greatest IGLs in history, it's like an automatic plug-in. He's going to be an elite coach, but I don't know, man. We'll have to see. Thank you for the follow. But I think that's it talking about Faze. Faze and Liquid. It might be 10-man time now, fellas. All right. YouTube, if you guys want to participate in the 10-man, head over to Twitch. Twitch Garmer CS. Yeah, thank you for watching this part. I just can't. I don't know, man. I truly can't believe it was Rainer, not Kerrigan. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next stream.